Let's paint a winter scene. Hello, I'm Caroline and welcome. Now it's time to wet the paper. I'm using a brush to even out the wetness, moistness, and spraying all the paint to get it softer. Here I'm making a wash of ultramarine blue to have it on hand while I'm start to paint. And I'm gonna do the same with Payne's gray. I'm starting to paint with the ultramarine blue on the sky, taking from the wash I did before. Making it lighter and lighter as I go further down the page. That's my dog barking. Sorry for that. And now for the Payne's gray, also from the pre-made wash. And I'm adding some straight from the pan also. To get the rich darkness. And remember that it's gonna dry much lighter, so don't be afraid to really get some color down. I'm tilting my board just to stop the paint from running. Adding more color. Taking some salt to get the snowy effect. And it's ordinary fine-grained sea salt. Going in with some Payne's gray. To making the background trees. And this is gonna spread out a bit because the paper is still really damp. That way we can get a soft effect on the background trees. And I'm using my rigger brush number 3. Adding more paint. Straight from the moistened palette. Taking some more salt. on the tree line. Wetting beneath to make it run a little bit downwards. And I have my board on a flat surface. Adding some ultramarine blue. And doing a mix of ultramarine blue and Payne's gray to add even darker shadows. Tyst, vad är det grannarna? My dog sits in the window watching the neighbors. That's why he growls a bit and barks. And with a clean, dryish brush, I'm dragging it along to get a softer line of some light, not a white paper, but some light. To get a difference between the background and foreground. Adding a little bit more color on a tree back there. And it's still not quite dry. And here I'm adding the shadow side of the tree because we're gonna put white snow on top. That's why it seems a little bit strange the way I paint it, but you'll see. A little bit more salt. I left it to dry. I used my dryer. And now I'm going in again with a dark color on the tree. Underneath the previous. And it looks strange now since there's no snow on it yet. You can see how much the lighter the background got when it dried. So you need a lot of color to get some dark skies. Doing the same here, just painting the shadow side. And the shadows are more underneath the branches and snow sits on top. I'm drying it. And I forgot to film a part of the tree. I'm sorry for that, but we have some trees left to paint. And here you can see I'm adding the white acrylic ink on top of the branches. And I decided to do that whole tree that I did first in the background, and I did a tree on top now. I like that better. And you are always free to change what you want to change and can change in your painting. Doing a little bit of snow on top of the darker parts of the snow, just to get some highlights. But as you can see, I left a bit of white paper to act as the snow also, reinforcing that line further in the background, just to separate the background and the foreground a little bit. And the white part on the snow, do it really sparingly. Here I'm adding even darker beneath the snow and a little bit on top on some parts where I think I got too much white. And you can see what a difference this makes. It makes it pop really that much more. And the shadows now is mostly the ultramarine color. I'm gonna paint some background trees. Define them a little bit. To get another layer of depth. And now taking a toothbrush, and I have dipped it and dabbed it off, and now splattering some extra snow effect. And you can do this as much or as little as you like. It's not necessary. Now removing the tape and seeing what it looks like when it's done. Remember to subscribe and hit the like, and please say something in the comments. Thank you for now. Bye bye.